Okay. So, streamy she go. Stand by for a second. Cup of coffee. Back to our lucky dip list, and we're doing The Legend of Zelda, the Windwalker, and the name of the track is Farewell, Hyrule King. Let's do this. All right. Oh, that one note. Oh, man. That's a boto shriveler. Oh, geez. Composer's doing that to make you really uncomfortable. Trippy track. Oh, there's only a little bit left, but hang on for a second. I just wanted to say that the bitiness of the piano is a little digi for me, but I mean, I like what's going on there without a doubt. Those really weird notes that are going on in there at the very beginning sure shake the shit out of you. They make you kind of like really uncomfortable. This little pattern that we just heard is a pattern that I've heard a few times throughout the course of my life when it comes to these kind of somewhat spooky, Renaissance-y kind of vibes. You know, I hear it in different kinds of compositions. But I like the fact so far that this whole piece has been really based around piano. And so let me go back a little bit since I stopped too close to the end, and then I'll let this play out. That pattern right there with the left hand. Little bit of a Russian vibe there. A little bit of a repeat thing going on there. I like that. What part of this game, I guess, let's see, this was called Farewell Hyrule King. Was this kind of like a cutscene kind of vibe, or was there action that was going on with this music? It kind of seems like it could have been the end of a storyline or something like that. But yeah, there were some very unique little things that happened there. Like that last little section at the end, that felt a little bit more Eastern Bloc-ish. You know, maybe a little bit of a Russian kind of influence on some of the stuff that was happening over there. Oh, it is a cutscene. Okay, good. Okay, I kind of thought, well, it was either a cutscene or a scene, if you were going to play it, that would be some kind of heavy lifting. And I'm not talking heavy lifting as of, you know, lifting stones, but something gnarly. But I love the composition. Just in my head, I just wish it would have been a little less of a pingier, tingier guitar, piano sound, be it live or whatever. It was just kind of a little hot on the top there. But I loved it. That was great. I love listening to video game music when it gets like that, where all the talking really happens with one instrument instead of these bold arrangements, you know? So, all right. So, what else we got next here? Let's go with, let me see here. Let's try this. And this is coming to us from Unjust Stick 115, Warhammer 40K Darktide. OST, is that what it is? Hang on for a second, I want to make sure I get the right one there. Warhammer Darkside, the main theme, okay. Okay. Is it good stuff, Shadow? I don't know, when you said LOL Warhammer, I was like, uh-oh, what am I in for? Looks gnarly, though. Yeah, looks pretty damn gnarly. All right, guys, let's do this. This is Warhammer 40,000 Darkside official soundtrack, and this is the theme, the main theme. Let's do this. All right. Oops, sound design. Let's get in with the metallics. Oh, Jesper Kidd. Yes, definitely heard of him. Oh, it was suggested as a co-op too? Ooh. Heavy dissonant design there. There's sound design plus... There's definitely tonal pad going on back there, but it's very dissonant. A little bit of a Tuvan voice thing going there. Got a build-up coming. Should be hitting in something soon. Okay, with this, what's really heavy and dark about it is obviously for the first like 40 seconds it opened up with mostly sound design. But there was a pad of dissonance in the background. That dissonance is usually caused by colliding notes in a key per se. That just makes you feel really uncomfortable. But it was the most in the mix, more of the sound design, which is what you would call these metallic hits or metallic scrubs. You know, things where it was like taking a trash can with a stick and going, you know, and putting, you know, reverb to it. That's back in the old days. Now they do it with sound design and digital. The over-under darkness of this is that darker sequence, that bass sequence that comes in. And whatever's happening vocally in the background, obviously I can't make out any language whatsoever, be it, you know, a video game's its own language or that could be Latin. I can't tell because it's pretty sunk in the back with a lot of reverb, and it's not a very fat, rich choral presentation. But, you know, you hear the chanting and the stuff going on, but what I'm really intrigued with is that the composer seemed to have been using sounds that were like, let's just say it was like a spiccato kind of use of strings, but very noisy. There are things in a real orchestra that string players can do to make it very noisy and grindy, but it sounds like there was like some implemented sound design that would make it just a little more grindy and stuff like that. So you'll hear little patterns that are holding there, but they're like kind of, you know, teethy and bitey and stuff like that. But what's keeping this really dark and consistent is that bottom. A little odd choice of an arrangement there. Oh, that's a trip. It's cycling out of the rhythm. If there are any of the game players that are here that know this game, I take it that this probably, it sounds like, because there wasn't a lot of intense arrangements or anything guiding it, any kind of theater of the mind except for the heaviness of it. Obviously, that lower bass arpeggiation, dun, 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 it actually had a little bit of a 007-y kind of vibe. Dun, 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 dun. It was just missing that one little, dun, dun, you know, but it definitely had that kind of vibe to it. But I guess this maybe was some kind of a boss fight area, perhaps. Fighting hordes of zealots. Okay, I see. Yeah, because it had that, but it didn't have a lot of banging to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know not necessarily every piece of music that's written for a boss fight has to be, you know, because as we've discussed before, because of sound design and game design, if there's sounds of axes hitting other axes and stuff like that, that's going to take a precedence over it, and then sometimes that would get convoluted or lost a little bit, you know, with any kind of percussive use in an arrangement. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's what Dark works with the, yeah. Oh, it's very focused on moving forward. Okay, gotcha. So is this I think Sneak had mentioned that this is, because I don't know if you guys know this. I started saying it yesterday before I lost power. I finally kind of said, okay, I made up my mind when I was talking to the mods yesterday that I want to learn or play with a collab game. Part of it, you know, so we could stream it on Twitch, but it's not like person on person. It's like a bunch of us who are fighting like a, you know, a common enemy kind of a thing. And so I guess maybe this might be one of them. Yeah. From what I understand, me and 3 other people could do this. Okay. But just the same though, there's a little bit of, did we start that already on Discord, Sneak? That little, add your suggestion of what co-ops I should do on Discord. I think we may have. Oh, it's not done yet or anything. I'm not too sure yet. Okay, but nonetheless, yeah, we're kind of still talking about you know, which one I should do or we should do. You know, that would be super cool because I want to kind of get into that as well. You know. Okay, so what's next? What shall I? How about this? Let me go here. Okay, how about, what's this? F-Zero GX, Feel Our Pain. 0 G base. Feel our pain. Is that how you do it? Feel our pain. Okay. So yeah, F0. Yes, that's yours. Yippee! I see. I'm just kind of going through. Like I'm going through just rando on my lucky dip, and so I don't know. I can't tell what kind of game this is. You guys tell me what kind of game it is while I listen. Let's do this. All right. Arcade, huh? Ooh. Okay, really quick, super slick twist on what's taking the power up in the middle. When that riff was first coming in, that I was already getting ready for like maybe a cut time drum thing that was going to come in like a but it was a double dime EDM punch with the rhythm section, so I'm really digging that. But then, so we've got the guitar that's doing what it's doing, but they left a lot of room in the middle for this really super cool fried kind of Euro synth kind of swelling vibe in the middle that kept it all going. And what I like is that the percussion part of the arrangement isn't overwhelming. It isn't over the top kind of what's it called, the jungle beat or what's that really super fast music? You know, when they do the rhythms and the drums. You guys tell me. I forgot what that's called. It's not overwhelming. It's not sitting too far on top. So a lot of the bottom is really is it D&B or Eurobeat, something like that. Yeah, it's just really fast. There's also another name I think it is that they call it, but yeah, I guess it must be drum and bass. Oh, breakcore, that's what it was. Thank you very much. The breakcore kind of vibe, and it's not overwhelming, so it's not really sharp on top as far as tonals, you know, hi-hats going tick, 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 tick. But there's enough in there to keep the agitation. And then what happened is the middle got all filled up when they pulled that synth out of it, and then they let another guitar line live in there. So, and I'm going to start listening to this again, but explain to me, what is an arcade game? When you guys say arcade game, I think of like, you know, in the 70s when I used to go into an arcade and there's all these pinball machines and different things. So what is the explanation of an arcade game nowadays? Oh, it's a stand-up. Okay, so I was kind of right. Okay. Thank you. That lands on the one every 3 times. Great bass line. I love that little addition. That's that synth I was telling you about at the beginning. And there they go. They replaced it now with that lead guitar. See, now we're in a cut time kind of vibe. So it sounds like the arrangement's repeating again. Just when I said that. No. Oh, like a final lap? Oh, I dig that. Eddie Van Halen jumped in there. That lead player's having the best time of his life right now. It's a fade. Okay, so that was like I think Shadow may have said, I forgot who said it. That's like an, oh no, I'm sorry. Vinyl said it's like an ending lap vibe. And oops, what the hell? Where did that come from? Oh, I forgot to turn off my fart box. Every now and then it goes off on its own. Eek. At least that's what I'm saying. That last section with the long solo, because just when I thought it was repeating, I guess that must be like the end. Like you said, like a last lap kind of vibe. So I take it that when you get into your last lap, that it's time, so all that solo kicks in while you're doing your last lap or something. Great track, very unique. You know, the percussion was really sunk way back in the back there, and I was kind of at times kind of leaning in, hoping I would hear the drums and some of the percussion up a little hotter, at least while the track got a little meatier. But it still was ripping, and especially if you guys, this was released when, about what time, how long ago was the game released that's associated with this song? About 20 years ago. Okay. What is it, Mello? I need you to, now that you can settle in, fire it to me, will you please? Because I know it's there, but I don't know why I can't find it. Can you just send me what it was? And I'll get on it for you, because I did see it. I know it was there. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, who else am I going to go now? And Shocked Frog, are you still here with me? Okay, I see it, Melkor. I'll catch you after this one. Shocked Frog, how are you? Hey, listen, Shocked Frog, I had the best time ever playing that game, and thank you so much. So much so that I'm going to go get number 2, Little Nightmares number 2. I had such a fun time playing that, even though that was just to have fun. Now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to contribute to the devs. So this is for you. This is called Brilliant Rose. And... well, the VODs, yeah, the VODs, I actually have the last hour and a half of me closing the game out on the YouTube channel, so that's there. But I like it. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of going and trying to do, guys, what do you think if I do this? I'm thinking of like doing an album listen to like one of the Tool albums while I try to do a speed run in Little Nightmares. I think it would be appropriate. You know, Tool music and speed running of, you know what I mean? And speedrunning Little Nightmares. I think that would be fun. Because it has that dark edginess, you know what I mean? Okay, let's get back to it. This is called Brilliant Rose. Final dungeon theme. Stand by. Oops. So let me know really quick. Let me see here. The top one, would that be good enough? Perfect. Okay. I'm sorry, Shocked Frog. Is this part of a game, or it sounds original soundtrack? Is this from a movie? I think it looks like it's from a movie, but let me know. Oh, it's a game. Okay. Sorry, it's just looked a little. I'm looking at the artwork below, and well, you guys always save the day. When I ask a question, you guys answer. It's so easy. Here we go. Very unique doubling on the bass line. Organic bass with a little synth edge. Very fusiony. Odd choice of snare though for me. Yeah, it's like a toned down Dream Theater. Odd chord change there, I like that. Good little lift. Very proggy. Ooh, some weird notes there. Not bad, just weird. So without a doubt, so proggy, but it has a combo of like some old school kind of vibes and some proggy changes, like 70s, and some of it. But they have, you know, the composer is using kind of a gritty pad vibe. There's like 3 different synth lines that are going there. One is we have the organic bass. You can hear the organic bass going off, but there's a very weird doubling of a very sizzly little. It's too thin to be Moog sounding. I mean, you could shape the Moog to sound that thin. But it has a very weird little sizzle to it and a little crack that's sitting right on top of the bass line. I would say it's an addition, an additional arrangement, not trying to be the bass line, but it's sitting very close to it. And then there's a lot of the lead work that is a little bit more synthy and lined up stuff with the piano. But there's no such thing as especially when it comes to prog fusion jazz, any notes go just about. It depends on interpretation. But there were a couple parts of that piano line that I was like, oh shit. And not because it was wrong, it's just because that if that is what the composer wanted me to feel, that's exactly what I felt. But there is that kind of like, you know, toned down Dream Theater kind of vibe to it. Listen to that bass. Can you hear that dirty guitar in the middle, tucked away in the mix? Oh, it's not. Okay, so it's not a guitar line. It's a very dark synthy arrangement. Once again, it might be that same arrangement I was talking about that's doubling with the bass, but it just sounds so sizzly. It sounds a little, you know, like they were just sneaking like a little bit of a. It's like as if the composer said, "Well, let's put a little dirty guitar in it, but let's push it all the way in the back. See if you can hear it, or if it makes the same sense to you listening wise as I'm hearing it." Yeah, it's just a dark, unruly synth line. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was a really fun little journey there. I wasn't, you know, at first I wasn't really too happy with the snare sound. You know, I usually very rarely say things that are like not, you know, 100% like, you know, glowing over it. But that snare sound, there was just something about it that was just kind of, for the kind of composition that it was. I don't know. Maybe I just felt it needed to be a little more muted. Like sometimes they put a little ring on top of a snare to kind of mute that down a little bit, so the snare wouldn't be so snary. But like I said, some really nice little turnarounds and that whole thing was in 7/8. I wasn't counting, but it felt like the whole vibe was in 7/8, and then you know, jump it every now and then. But I was really intrigued. I don't know. All of a sudden, I started focusing on that little sizzly little bass line in the back there, and that kind of caught me off guard, and it kind of brought me through it. But really nice chord piano changes and you know, playthroughs on that. And this is just one of those things. Once again, the soundtrack of video games. There's so many different ways to approach it and to perform it, and it's really unique. I don't, you know, would love to be in a creative think tank session saying, hey, here's this video game, we're doing this. Let's throw in some jazz fusion with some weird modalities in there, and I mean, you know, we really would love to be in a meeting like that. It's just the job that I'm on right now. Has nothing to do with video games, but I got hired to do 20 tracks by the end of this year for some music library, for a music library. These publishers called me up, and when we sit there and we discuss, they're all motivational tracks. We toyed around with this last week. You know, I'm not going to go through that again, but I had another conversation with them because I sent them a kind of my rough masters, or just, you know, when it was I was finished. And when we sit there, well, should we do? You know, I don't know. You know, it's when you start to push things out of the box. Maybe we should add a little of this. I don't know. Do you think this will work? I don't know. Do you think this will work? Do you think it'll still give the same feeling? You know, because at the end of the day, whether I'm writing motivational music or a composer's writing something to help you along with the game, we still have to kind of get in your head and support that action. You know, so just wondering where in a game like this, you go, let's do some really forward-thinking jazz fusion-y, progressive, modal twisted kind of pieces of work. You know. Anyhow, that being said, let's move on. How's the chat doing? Everybody having fun in there so far? All right. I love it when people are chatting in the chat. That's why we chat. Son of a chat. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, that was just, I'm so sorry. That's because I'm so sorry. A friendly gamer. Let's do this one for you, a friendly gamer. Are you still here, a friendly gamer? This one is from The Witcher 3, The Fields of Ard Skellig. What is that? The Fields of Ard Skellig? Let's see what that looks like. Oops. Oh, here it is, right here. Aha, there it is. Okay, I am Spartacus. Is there a tie-in with that? So I don't know if my friend who suggested this bailed or maybe dropped by, but nonetheless, here it is. I believe this is it. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt OST, The Fields of Ard Skellig. Let's do this. Change. Resolving back into the root. Ooh. Beautiful. What an interval. It's a beautiful haunting pad in the background that's giving us that ambiance. Very nice. Great sound. Uneasy little maneuver right there. This is one of those tracks. I know I'm 3/4 of the way through. This is one of those tracks, though, and I'll go back a little bit so we can get back into it and then listen to it out. That it establishes kind of a. It could be anything from Celtic to Mid-Eastern, kind of that drone. That thing was sitting right there, and even though there was changes out of it, once you hear that for about, let's say 32 measures or something like that, it becomes part of your listening cycle to the song. That even though the bass changes out or walks away from that root, it still carries across. That tone still lives in the arrangement. In my head, automatically, when the left hand, when the bass started to went up the third five, 3 into the 5, and then back down, at least, or minor 3, I think, blah, blah, blah. In my head, I was thinking, boy, wouldn't that be great if that note was replaced with a really super high one to keep that, kind of stinging kind of drone in there. The intimacy of the viola, I think it's a viola. It sounds like it's a viola. I could be wrong. The intimacy of the viola as a solo instrument and then the single voice just being cushioned by that pad makes it very beautiful and very haunting. Of course, by virtue of the melody and everything. Oh, excuse me. But I don't know what that picking instrument is. I know it's not a harp, or it could be a harp-like instrument from a particular region. Very intimate, very dark, very powerful, very haunting. So I'm going to go back a little bit. We'll pick this up again. And why don't you guys tell me, if you get anybody who plays this, where this is being played during the game. I love that pattern, how we're finishing off. Get a little chicken skin moment with that. beautiful interval right there in her singing that melody. That was great. That was a beautiful listen. I really, really freaking love that. I don't know. There's a, as a composer, there's a unique magic in arrangements like this that have these intimate arrangements. You know, one viola, one violin, one something and something else, not a section. Sections is for bigger and colorful, you know, to express, you know, many different things in many different ways. But I think the intimacy, that's why I'm getting ready to do a piece for the Decomposer Lounge on the power of the bagpipes and how it's influenced metal and metalcore. And I'm not talking directly influenced, but we talk about the drone, which would be that 1/5 that's being held, and while the rest of the melody is being played by the front part of the bagpipes. I connect that a lot to a lot of metalcore and heavy metal riffs that have detuned or drop tuned their up lowest notes, and you fetch back into that zero aspect. And it's such an intoxicating technique, you know, that comes from such a visceral pre-Renaissance period of these instruments that were, you know, devised way before classical music, you know, and all throughout, you know, Persia and all through, you know, the Celtic sound and everything like that. And it's so unique that type of composition still reigns true in so many different pieces of music, and the importance of that drone or that one note, you know, in if you're a composer that embraces that importance. I'm that guy, you know, so that's me. So yeah, that was a great listen. Okay, let me see. I am going to do a track called Low Life. Their dogs were astronauts. Let me see. Something like that? Is that it? Hey, yeah, I saw you lurking there. Plus, you know, I don't think I've ever done anything for you, Truzoeka. Yeah, you know, just, you know. Plus, I want you to go to sleep. No. Yeah, right. That's what I was saying. That's the poor guys. Somebody's okay. So, I guess I'm going to play this. This is this first track. So, fill me in on what this is about. Is this a record from a band, or is this a game, or is this a movie soundtrack? Either way, let me start listening to this. Let's do this. All right. Prog metal. Okay, let's go. Little meter matchup, messing with our heads. Oh shit! This is great. Is this an instrumental? Okay. I love this kind of music, this kind of composition, be it, be it metal driven, jazz driven, prog driven, classical driven. When things get me going rhythmically, that they pull and yaw by having different meters playing throughout it and stuff like that. That's just how I vibe. That's my ADHD craziness. That's just it plays to my life story. It's been such an important part of my soundtrack of life, not only as a human but as a composer, is to have these very unique rhythms playing and bouncing all at once. Unique sounds to the guitar. I don't know when this was released and stuff, so it's not as dark and djenty sounding, as in my mind going, I wonder if they did this maybe, or it's more of a prog metal instead of a metal prog. I don't know if there's such a thing, but the choice of guitar tones are great. They're not overpowering. But a couple of the things that's going on is I love their use of the digital sounds that they use for little arpeggiations and stuff like that. And there was one going on behind this where the lead was playing in. The lead guitar tone has this really kind of a warm, soapy kind of vibe. And I really appreciated that because of what was happening in the background. There was a little bit of padded work or something going on back there that was causing ambience. And I really, really dug that. But one of the things that I think is really important to me when I listen to music like this is I'm always yearning for the one somewhere, right? So that's the one thing that'll at least lock me into something. And I have fun trying to find the downbeat, the one when the tracks get, somewhat complicated, if not more so. But I really love when the drummer decides to say, no, we got you grooving. Let me give you the hi-hat. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? And once we have that in there, that gives us common folks something to hang on to. That's that zip line that I just love to hang on to. This is a great track. Little bell stuff happening back there. Following the melody. Uh-oh. Wow. I like that da, 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 the little half step. Odd note choice there. Makes you feel uncomfortable. There are the bells I was telling you I was hearing. Oh, is it the end of the track? Never heard of these guys. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I had an opportunity to listen to it. I definitely have to check out the band. The band, I guess, is called Lowlife? No. Lowlife is the name of the track. Their Dogs Were Astronauts, I guess, is the name of the band. I definitely have to check out these a little more. Or check out the band a little more. Their choice of tones for the guitar, I kind of like that they weren't so bumped up on the bottom. I mean, I didn't miss. In other words, I didn't miss like an overwhelming bottom section of that sub kind of vibe that they kept whether they cleaned that up and they high passed it in mastering and rolled off like 75, 100, 150 K and just sloped it off. I didn't miss that, but I love the tone of the guitars that they used. And at first I was wondering if they were doing really hard edits, but they weren't. And when I say that, I mean, I'm talking about when, like, if you look at an audio file digitally, you can cut perfectly, at 16, 30 seconds, whatever, so it ends perfectly. because some of them sounded really super tight, but then as I closed my eyes and I listened, it just really felt like they just have the mastering on their muting technique and probably had a gate on it, but they let the organic aspect of it, and it didn't sound like they did any cut and pasting, which is another technique that sometimes, you know, just out of necessity or whatever, it doesn't mean it takes away from the musicians, but in the recording process, take sections, cut and paste them and stuff. And once again, I also like the infusion of like those bells and some of the, you know, thinner piano sounds with a washed out reverb to give it some of that ambiance and stuff. This was a great listen. I fully pumped. I like big bottoms and I can't lay. Confirmed. Skeletank. Oh, really? Okay, thank you, Sneak. Skeletank, yes, let's redeem you. As a matter of fact, I think, is it Skeletank, did you want me to do the one that, I think, did I see you here? The Storm Calls for You, Sea of Stars? Is that the one you would like? Sneak it too fast. Sneak is way fast. Let me know, Skeletank, is that the one? Okay, let's do it that one. Or did you have another one for it? I don't know. You want to do that one? We'll do that one. Okay, let's do that one. Since it's right in front of me. The Storm Calls for You, Sea of Stars. The Storm Calls for You, Sea of Stars. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is a game? Sweet. Okay, let's see. So this is a game. What kind of a game it is? Tell me what kind of a game it is in the chat, and let me get this going, and let's do this. Thank you so much for your redemption. You are redemption master. Here we go. I don't know why I sang that. I must be losing my mind. When was this released? It almost sounds like it's 16-bit. Oh no, forget it. This year? Okay. I love them using that accordion. I listened to Danny Elfman before I did the soundtrack. Not kidding. So when you guys just saying turn-based, is that like when I played Final Fantasy VII, the original style, you know, where you kind of predetermine the kind of attacks you're going to have and then you just hit it and let it go? Is that what that means? Yes, okay, that's what you guys are saying. All right, so you also are saying that this is new of this year. So are the, this is a full noob, know-nothing question, obviously, for you gamers. Are RPGs still a thing that gamers look forward to, and it's not like an older thing? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm only asking because I don't know, so that's it behind it. In my mind for a second, I think of RPGs of things that have been in the past and we play, but I guess apparently they still do RPGs, right? And are still developing them. It's based on my favorite style of game. Oh, I see. Okay. Isn't Dragons and Dungeons, Dungeons and Dragons, isn't that also turn-based, right? You have to do a bunch of things and then you just let them go and see what happens. So, you know, there's probably, you know, the RPG probably came from the the game of tops, you know, spinning tops in a circle. Everybody goes All right, here we go. Zoom, then you set them in there and you just, or what's the other one called? Like a Beyblade. So Beyblades, would that be kind of an RPG? Anyhow, this is a great track, but it did have a little bit of a bounce. It fully reminded me of more Oingo Boingo, Danny Elfman-ishy kind of pop and bounce to it. But I still have to get into it a little more, but I wanted to ask you guys really quick if and confirm with me the turn-based thing. I went much longer than I should have. Well, there's like three unique arrangements happening here. That little arpeggiating. Get those two bells in there. Super zany. I totally agree with you. But just really quick, I know we're towards the end of this, but this is part of that thing. I know that a lot of composers that were, like you said, somebody had mentioned, are influenced by Danny Elfman. How could you not? You know, it was such a tremendous, gift to composition was his particular style that people grow from. Other composers, I'm a composer that's taken from a salad bar of probably 30 different composers to devise my particular style or whatever it means to me when I write or get hired to write. In this case, one of the things that I equate to this zaniness is that is being used here with the little kind of squeeze boxy accordion kind of vibe, and that to me is kind of like, a nice reach back to the Elfman era. So let me go back a little bit and we'll finish this. Uh-oh. Game Awards, huh? Better get on those. There it is, There's like 4 really unique arrangements popping off here. I so dug this track. It got me so pumped up. And yeah, somebody did leave the comment of it being kind of super zany. And that's exactly what came across on this. As a matter of fact, I am going to jump on my own lucky dip. I want to listen to one track off of Oingo Boingo. Let's see. Only a Lad. Let's see. Which one do I want to listen to? Let's go to... I already played that one for you guys. Let's do this one. I think this one is I don't know if I played this for you or not, but let's check this one out. Come on. I'm definitely gonna get blocked on this for sure. I'm gonna have to edit this out. So this is early Danny Elfman.
There's nothing wrong with the capitalism. There's nothing wrong with the free enterprise. Don't try and make me feel guilty. I'm so tired of it. Cry. There's nothing wrong with making some profit. If you ask me, I will say it's a sign. There's nothing wrong with the wanting to live nice. I'm so tired of it. Hearing you write about the revolution of bringing down the rich. When was the last time you dug a ditch, baby?
Real clean engineering too. It's the accents and the arrangements that kill.
Whoever they are, you talk about the suffering and pain. Your mouth is bigger than your entire brain. What the hell do you know about suffering and pain, you dumb fuck?
I love his arrangements with the horns. Everything here is a real instrument too, you know, there's no synth, no samples, nothing. I love it.
There's nothing wrong with the capitalism. There's nothing wrong with the free enterprise. Don't try to make me feel guilty. I'm so tired of hearing you cry. There's nothing wrong with making some profit. If you ask me, I'll say it's fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting to live nice. I'm so tired of hearing you whine. You're just a middle class socialist brat. I'm from a suburban family and you never really had.
This is like 1981 or 2. Like the messaging hasn't changed too much, has it? I like the bass.
There's nothing wrong with the capitalism. There's nothing wrong with the capitalism. There's nothing wrong with the capitalism. There's nothing wrong with the capitalism.
Had to go there, man. I just had to go there. It just brings me back to the old days of, you know, me pulling a big old fat bong load and tripping out on the beach. And, you know, we didn't even have Walkmans yet to listen to. So, you know, you had to listen to it in your car and then walk to the beach and have it ripping in your head. So, good times. Anyhow, Danny Elfman has made such an incredible impression on the music industry. But it's really unique, especially if you're here and you're a musician or you're a composer, that you can hear elements of what he was doing in Oingo Boingo transition throughout his scores all the way through. Is unique, especially on Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, those kind of compositions. There's a lot of, you know, Alfie Delfman, Alfie Doofy. Amicus Pawsterum. What is that? Amicus. What is it? Amicus what? Pond scum? Wait, what? Pawsterum. I'm not spelling it right. Sorry. Hang on. Pawsterum. Oh. Is that it? I don't know if I'm getting this right. Double A. Amicus Pawsterum. Okay. Sorry. Pawsterum. There we go. Is that the one that you wanted? I don't know. I can't. You guys give me names. I don't know. I just go blip after do. The first one. Let's do this. All right. Come on. Like that. Ooh. Is Bobby McFerrin gonna pop out? Wow. Those horns back there? I gotta stop for a second. What a great, intricate piece of work. I mean, first of all, at the very beginning, I thought it was going to be just a really nice kind of an acapella vibe. You know, we're going to get into some real glowing kind of, you know, vocal arrangements and stuff. Kind of like a take 6 maybe, or something a little more progressive than that. And then they break into this kind of, I don't know if it was quite, I don't know, it has a math rock element to it. Because there's a lot that's happening there. It's palatable to my head, you know, because I'm rhythmically driven that way. But really super, super tricky little writings and stuff like that. Did I hear a horn section back in there? I don't know if it sounded like there was a little bit of horns out there. It could have been the vocals like coming back and laying something in. Oh, you listen to ADHD music? Yeah, I could tell. Hello. I think that's why you and I are going dun 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 dun.
You will evolve into probably the greatest creature in the known universe.
Is that like 9/8? I love the bass on this. There's so messing with your mind here. Oh, I love that bass. What a great ending. Very weird. Very tricky. I think that is kind of like, you know what? That ADHD conversation is so big, yet so, I think maybe, you know, I think it's a reverse celebration of creativity. You know, you put it in a box, you have ADHD, try to live with it and stuff. No, how about other people try to live, you know, order disorder. Different conversation. Anyhow, I believe inside the conversation, if that we have that kind of like that chaotic or chaos, you know, in my case, when it comes to rhythmic stuff, this stuff just for some reason It's like I settle into a groove, and I know a groove in most cases is defined by like you're just in a groove, right? But for some reason, through this kind of chaotic rhythmic arrangements, like I just heard, I find the groove in that, and that I think that's my ADHD thingy, is that I can find that there's a nice little thing I can find right in the middle of all that chaos, and that's why I really gel or run to tracks like this that are a little more cresty. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Is it possible to push a request to the top for 2 subs? Are you doing any? I'm still doing just randos from the list at the moment. Do you have anything on here, Sid? Let me see. Wow, some other people sure did come in pretty hot fast here. Let me see. The Midelar, Alon Mor. Whoops, I'm gonna get this wrong for sure. Stand by. Hang on, I gotta make sure I copy this right or I'm gonna blow it. The Midelar. Sorry. And the Midelar what? Alon Mor. I don't know if that's it. Is that right? Would that be it right there? Yeah, I was already had my thingy on it. I had my finger on that one. Okay. All right. This is a long one. I'll do this one. I usually try to put a caveat in there, nothing this long, but I didn't say this early on, but we are doing it. So I am doing this. Then after this, I got to take a 5-minute break because I got to go to the restroom, and I'll come back in and hit at least another half hour, 45 minutes. Let's do this. All right.
It seemed so distant, but I'm here now. I'm touching it, and it's beautiful, but sometimes I think, what have I achieved?
Sid, what is this from? Is this
Can I manage to look back on what I've done and smile?
an album or? Hype train. Wow. I love that little clarinet that was happening in the back. love that resolve right there. It's beautiful. It's just the brass section right there. Well, until now. Super trippy. I wanted more of that. Resolve. Wow, really unique. All right, I got to stop for a second and kind of digest this. This is a wonderful expression of artistry in a very unique way. I don't know if this is a concept album, first track of the album. Obviously, the first 2.5 minutes, very space journey oriented. It's called Long Way to the Journey. I'm looking at the artwork, and it's already, without even looking at the artwork, I'm already getting that sensation. But when we get into the more heavier sound design, percussive, arrangements that the composer has in there, obviously in his story that he's weaving, he's hitting these abrupt spots in his storytelling there that just wants to be more about nails against the board, kind of a vibe to kind of reset you, pull you into a darker, heavier, a disjointed kind of vibe, and then kind of cleans it up with these little patches of, the really pretty stuff in between. Then he goes back into it and comes back out of it. So this has got to be something like, conceptually, this has got to be part of a much bigger, continual piece as a project, because it's really taking you through this, it almost feels like, yeah, you're going off into the universe, and then you're going through like a meteorite or space junk section, you know, which would be that kind of very agitated, percussive sound design kind of vibe, but then kind of gives you glimpses of being able to see and feel through it. Very, very unique track. I love the choice of the sound for that lead, that little melodic. This composer is very finely tuned into dynamics, for sure. Definitely an experience too for headsets. I love this piece.
As I'm getting older, it seems quieter. And as for now, I have no doubt.
This is huge. It's beautiful. Hear the bowing on that double bass. Yeah, this was an extraordinary piece. There's no two ways about it. I'm a Sneak said something. He beat me to it, but I was thinking that it had this kind of like full-on galactic opera ballet. I was more like ballet, more like a galactic ballet kind of vibe to it because of the quirkiness of a lot of the, you know, sound design percussion that was going on there. But it was, what a journey. Like I just, you know, you have to, myself, when I write compositions outside of what I get hired for, I imagine, I attribute, I kind of in a dream state in my head, and I've got things going on, and then I try to get it out musically and express it. That, you know, everybody has a different process in writing music, but this composer, I tell you what, he showed many levels of his talent. in this piece here. Excuse me. And I thought it was just great. It's something that you have to listen to a couple times for me. My first listen of it, though, I had tendency to focus in more on the musical aspects of the composition for my ears, and also being strapped into these headsets for the last, how long have I been doing this now? An hour and 45 minutes. There might be a little fatigue going on, so a little bit of the metallic percussive parts of the track kind of bit a little bit into me. But as I want to repeat, as I said earlier, this is also one of those tracks where dynamically, if you have that option, have some headsets on, because there's really a lot that's going on there. Just a lot that's happening there in the dynamic aspect, especially with those sound design percussive areas. I need to take 5 minutes, guys. I gotta take 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, then I'm only here for another half hour. I'll go through some more Lucky Dip. So just hang in there. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Let me just switch this over, and let me go back to a little coffee house here. And I'll turn it down a little bit so it gives everybody's ear a little rest. And then I'll turn it up just a little more. There we go. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom, okay? Let me turn off my mic. Remember last time I didn't turn off my mic. Wow, that was a mess. Okay, please tell me you guys are still there. That is you, Jim. Thanks for hanging out. And let's do this. This is for you. And so thanks for cruising on in the chat. And you see, I do things at random. I just go, and I take a look, and I go, and this one's for you. So here we go. I love that with that harp. Wow. This is giant. I love the little sneakiness of the harp in there. My computer's doing something weird, guys. Yeah, the piano player's really taking it to task. Pattern that the piano's keeping through this. That was huge. I was a little distracted because something was flickering on my computer while we were listening to it. But this was ginormously cinematic theme or you know, power-bound kind of composition, which really kind of blows me away from the Final Fantasy, about the Final Fantasy franchise, is that there are so many different approaches with composition styles on here. You know, I mean, obviously the earlier ones, I mean, that doesn't, you know, when we're into 8-bit, 16-bit, you know, that's obviously got its limitations, but still very melodically memorable. When it starts getting into these later versions of it, there's many different styles that kind of integrate through it. So if I'm correct, once again, I'm so not still a Final Fantasy aficionado musically whatsoever, but they really do come around and really grasp from different genres to put inside their games. This piece was really tremendous. Orchestrally, and the way it was recorded and composed and stuff, this was huge. I liked a lot of the bounciness. You know, if this was a boss fight, I guess Final Fantasy 13-2 is probably one of the more beautiful, excuse me, gaming physics. I mean, it looks really pretty. It's not, you know, it's one of the more up-to-date games. I guess we're up to 16 or 17. Where are we now in Final Fantasy? I have no idea where we're at. But once again, this was just huge. It was very, very thunderous, very thematic. 16? We're at 16? Extremely thematic. Yeah, that's what I meant, Melchior Blade. That it just, it seems like whatever the composition was, being that I don't know the game, had to have been very huge and beautiful or something of that nature for the game, for the music to have matched it, you know, so. Came out in 2010. Oh, I see. Forgive me. All right, gotcha. All right, guys, let me pull from another here. My computer is farting around a bit, and I don't know what's going on here. And I can't seem to find... Just give me a second here. I'm trying to dig out something here. And I want to readjust my settings here for a second, so just give me a second, okay, guys? As I move some of this stuff around. Make it a little more... I'm just that guy. I just want it to look a little better. Hope you don't mind. That's just the way I do my do. Okay, I got time for a couple more here. Let me see. How's about Barberryans, Buried Alive. What is that? What's Barred Alive? Barberryans. Barberryans. Is this a game? That looks like it kind of funny. So let's do this. This comes from us from Zenbjorn. Zenbjorn? So it's a what is this? Is this puntastic? It's Buried Alive by the Barberryans. Is this a video game? I don't know. Tell me. Let's go. Ooh, tragic hop. Oh, shit.
We need a doctor. Look at his face.
Let's fucking lost it! I fucking lost it, never had it all along. Give me a do-over.
God.
Time to confess. Clear away all the shame I've kept inside.
Strawberries have been haunted by the bananas forever. Payback is hell.
Out in the open, no emotion left to try to hide. Time to confess. Clear away all the shame I've kept inside.
I gotta stop, man. Nevar Rising says, "What a jam!" Was that a pun? What a great track. I mean, I'm taken aback by the video and everything like that, and the sheer brutality of the fruit on fruit violence. But I like the depth and the punchiness of it. I like the fact that it's got that EDM kind of trap kind of vibe with the darkness, and then that crossover of the shred growling part of the vocals with the clean. But this is total trip, and I guess Buried Alive is the name of the band. But yeah, let's just keep going. Nice.
Life is a mess, it's imperfectly fine. We've all got regrets and they stay close behind. Just polish each moment and hope that it shines. My life is a mess, but I guess that it's
That's a great section.
Life is a mess, it's imperfectly fine. We've all got regrets and they stay close behind. Just polish each moment and hope
I like
that
it
it
guitar like that.
shines. My life is a mess, but I guess that it's all.
Here we go.
Life is a mess, it's imperfectly fine. We've all got regrets and they stay close behind. Polish each moment and hope that it shines. My life is a mess, but I guess that it's all. My life is a mess, it's imperfectly fine. We've all got regrets and they stay close behind. Polish each
What a great blend with that EDM trap, a little bit of the synth stuff happening. Cool, geez. Yeah, this is definitely a super trippy track. It's one of those tracks, though, that I was, a little distracted from the video itself instead of listening to it, like, let's say, on a Spotify listen. I would have gotten a little, deeper on it. I like I said earlier, I like the transition, or not that one transition into the clean work with the acoustic guitar was so slick. Whoever that lead guitar player was, that's just beyond perfect clean. That kind of reminds me of the math rock style musicians, that have that kind of a clean sound. What's the name? Whether it's Tim Henson or the other guy, I want to say Jason Richardson, another incredible guitar player that's just a whole nother level. But musicians of that level that have that kind of technique and cleanliness and stuff in there. But that blend between that trap and that EDM kind of vibe with a little bit of the synth work, even in the very last 4 or 5 to 8, 10 seconds, 4 or 5, 8, 10 seconds. Just a little bit of the ambient pad and stuff. It was a really unique piece of work, but I was a little distracted by the jam session. Navar. That was really good. I got one more I got to do, then I got to bounce, guys, after all this technical garab I've been going through, but I do have to bounce. I want to sit here and see if I can't hit somebody that I've never done anything from in the past. Not to say that those of you... Okay, let me see here. How's about... let me see. I know you. I know you. I know you. I know you. You've given me money and cups of coffee, and I'm gonna try to find somebody I am not familiar with. Show a little bit of love in that direction. Stand by. Handsome Josh 9. Let's see. I know it's hard because I know so many people here. Yeah, but every now and then we have people that parachute in, and so hang on for a second. Yeah, go ahead and close the forum. Thanks. Okay, I know sooner or later we've got, one of the many things we work on, but my mods are the ones that are the geniuses. It would be really fun if we could automate that and it was like hit a button and it would randomize like a big wheel or something. All right, let's do this. This is from the last one is from a person of which I have not, I don't think ever had through our chat, and if I did, I'm sorry. I'm a space cadet. This one is called Lazy Almost Sunday. Let's see, what is this? I think this is it right here. This must be it. Okay, let's do this. Last track for the evening. All right.
I don't really care, you're always lazy. The time comes around, you're driving me crazy. Stare at the door from your bedroom floor. I don't wanna be here no more. Tell me all kinds of shit like you need me. Time comes around, you're not gonna see me. Stare at the door from your bedroom floor. Saying I don't wanna be here no more.
I like this. This is like real super bold, powerful stadium rock.
See your face when you always try to call me. Make me feel bad and say I should say sorry. That ain't gonna happen here no more. You tried this shit once, it didn't work before. Don't say sorry.
Great power guitar tone. Love that.
I'm sick of your shit now. You just let me down. If you're leaving, leave
Powerful hook.
kidding. Friends come crashing down. Not looking back now. I try to make it work, but you never tried. Meet me halfway, it's always your side. Tell me though you're drumming all of your lies. Oh, catch you loose and say my goodbyes. Don't say
Great tone on the bass, man.
don't try calling. I'm sick of your shit now. You just let me down. If you're leaving, leave your kids and friends come crashing down.
So obviously this is I haven't heard 85% of the artists, musicians, composers that do music here. I don't know if this is I don't know how old this band is or what it looks like. It was just uploaded 8 days ago, and this is on a Topic channel. So this could have been uploaded earlier before. This has really good, powerful stadium rock vibes. Really super nice melody. The melody sticks out, especially in the hook. It jumps really nicely. The engineering of the drums is insane. I love the fat tone of the bass. The dynamics of the hook versus the verses, cleaner guitars going into more powerful of a punch in the hook is really super strong, but I really like the melody on this. The melody and, the vocalist is staying kind of packed in the zone. The melody is really nice and it's really, really super catchy, but I really love the sound of this track. Nice tail off on the delay sends.
I'm tired deceiving games. You play with my heart, it's all the same. I've had enough of the tears and pain.
And that bass tone is
It's
great.
time to break these chains. Don't say sorry. Don't try calling. I'm sick of your shit now. You just let me down. If you're leave your kids and friends come crashing down. You just let me down.
I really like the background vocal arrangements on the hook. I had to listen for a second because I was hearing, I thought it was a hiss, a little bit of I was going, where's that coming from? Is that coming from an S in something? And I was listening deeper. You have that background vocals that were kind of answering back to the melody in the hook. Also had a little bit, when the punch came in and the power came in, it kind of vibed me a little bit of a Devin Townsend kind of vibe. You know, I don't know if it was the tone of the guitars or something like that, but it really washed up like it gave a really what I call power metal wash through it. It was a really super good track, man. I really fully dug it. I'm sorry, but Handsome Josh. Oh, hey guys, check it out. He was the singer, the guy right here. He was the singer and the guitar player. So let's give him. That was really super cool, dude. First of all, thanks for having the guts to come over here and. You never know what it's like, right? When we're, live and stuff. And I really love that too. I love the fact that you came here and you dropped your band's track here as a suggestion. I mean, it was by luck that I actually chose it, but I love that part of what I do is sometimes when I get, band members and stuff come in with their material. And of course, when you're going to do it live on Twitch, you're going to get what you get in response, and I think everybody was pretty pumped with the track, without a doubt. That's what everybody else is saying here. I really dug the track. So guys, the name of the band is called Almost Sunday. So if we want to check that out, let's go. You can go ahead. Are you on Spotify too? Is your band also on Spotify? You see, it's going on some people's playlists already. And also what I will tell you is I will cut this out and make this a separate upload on my RPGeebs channel. I mean, this is still going to go on my VOD channel, by the way. If you don't know, it's there. The mods will share that. But I will cut this out, and being that you came and you showed up, and you did, I will put this on my RPGeebs channel as well. But thank you for doing that. I really super enjoyed the track. It was extremely melodic. I love the dynamics in production and in composition. I really dug, especially like I said, that last half of the background vocals. They were kind of behind, and I really had to. You probably saw me. I was dialing in to kind of listen to it, but I noticed it. But like I said, the takeaway for me was that kind of stadium metal, stadium rock kind of vibe that we went in and out of. In the production there. So congratulations. I wish you the best of luck, man. I hope this thing kicks ass and takes no hostages. What a great way to end the stream. I mean, even though I had all that technical bullshit happen, hang on. I'm not going to turn off my hard drive. I don't want to touch anything just in case I click out early and something weird happens. But I had a great time like usual, guys. Sorry about glitchy, but you guys are always there for me. Peanut butter kept me company, and the coffee is all gone. I'm going to be zooming, and I actually have to take a break, and I have to get back in writing more music for this job thing that I'm doing. Anyhow, excuse me. Oh, is it? I'm sorry. Is stadium? Is that what that means? I'm sorry. It maybe. Thanks for telling me that, Kairu. I sometimes get my genres mixed up. I think when I'm thinking of stadium rock, I'm thinking of, I don't know, maybe that, you're right. I should have been a little more, but I'm thinking of like a Devin Townsend kind of stadium. I guess stadium rock is Kiss or stuff like that or whatever, but what do I know? I'm still an old composer trying to trudge through it, but that's what I meant. Just giant, powerful metal kind of vibe when it kicked into the hook. Arena rock, there we go. Could that be it? Maybe a little more arena rock. I don't know why I just when the hook came in, it just felt ginormous, you know, for some reason. Not overwashed, but ginormous. But it gave me that Devin Townsend vibe. So, you know, I don't know my genres and my styles, but I had a bunch of gift subs. What? Did I really? Oh, look at this. I did. Oh my goodness. Bromo Gasuni. And oh my goodness, I had a lot of gift subs. Oh shoot. I'm sorry. Oh man, that was iller. Oh man. Oh hey, Mr. Persona Man. I just noticed. Are you still here? Mr. Persona Man? I don't know. I don't know. Your name is here as did somebody gift it or something? I'm trying to look at where I just saw your name. Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody gifted you. I think. I don't know how this works. I think I could be getting it all wrong, but please, I want to put a note in my head here. Mr. Persona Man 1313, I owe him one for sure. He wants a typo negative track, so I can't do it right now, but oh, Luna did the sub bomb. Oh, I see. Okay, well, anyhow, listen, guys. Ugh, jeez, I can take the headsets off. You notice I took my hat off for part 2 of this. So you guys, listen, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Okay, so I've got a little bit of ham news. Next week, I might be only doing one stream. It's the end of Thanksgiving weekend, and there's some family things happening, so I may not make it in for the Sunday stream. So if that's the case, definitely on Monday, you know. I'll send I can't, I'm a 50-50 for Sunday, just because it's that long weekend and family hanging around for the holidays, kind of a vibe. But I'll definitely come in on Monday. So Monday is a definite. Sunday, not too sure. So, but outside of that, you guys have a wonderful long weekend for whether you're in holiday mode or not, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for enduring the technical glitches. Thank my mods so much for hanging out and having fun. It looks like a couple of my mods went into timeout. What are you guys having, battles or something? What's going on? So, Silver Dragon, thank you for hanging in there and hanging and lurking in the background and stuff. And also, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, the VOD. That's where this stuff is going to get cut and posted. And then, you know me, I pull from there and pop on channels. So anyhow, everybody gets crazy sometimes. All right, guys. Oh, yeah, there's the YouTube channel right there. If you haven't subscribed to it yet, that's the VOD YouTube channel where I take sessions like today and just throw them up there just in case anybody didn't catch them or want to hear it again or whatever. They usually get a little edited and stuff if I can. All right, guys, Big 07. This is for all you guys to come and hang out with me. And, you know, all right.